Hi, I'm Peter. I'm from the fourth year. So let's talk about the end of the world. It seems that end of the world scenario or the apocalypse is a very common theme in mythologies from all over the planet and throughout times. From the myth of why Songkran was celebrated to the Christian story of Noah and the giant flood, or even the Egyptian who believed that the sun would be eaten by a giant snake called Apophis, it seems that the world can end in a varieties of ways, big and small, and some are more inevitable than others, right? But amidst of all these stories of end of the world, gods and monsters, cursed artifacts and heroes and such, one of them stood atop of the crowd in the sheer level of insanity of it all. Written and referenced in the 12th century inside a book called Prose and Poetic Eddas is the prophecy of Ragnarok, right? The end time from Norse mythologies, and let me tell you, it's a story indeed, and what we're gonna talk about today. So let us begin. Ragnarok itself in the story has yet to happen. It's actually a prophecy bestowed upon Odin, the all-knowing fathers and the leaders of all Asia, in one of his quests to find every piece of knowledge in the Nine Realm. And the prophecy are as such. It all started with a never-ending age of winter called the Fimbulwinter that lasted for centuries upon century and throw the world into absolute chaos. Freezing to death became a normal occurrence. Food are extremely hard to find. No plant life can be grown in this temperature. And every nation of the world battle each other for the last bit of supply they have, triggering the age of battle that can be separated into 4 periods: the Axe Age, the Sword Age, the Wind Age, and the Wolf Age. And amidst of all this chaos, death and destruction, the world tree itself, Yggdrasil, starts shaking and breaking apart, causing the giant beast who was trapped within its roots to be free from its imprisonment. The giant wolf, devourer of stars, Fenrir, break free from the chains of retribution created by the Aesir and wreak havoc upon the land by eating the suns and moon itself, plunging the entire world into absolute chaos and darkness. Meanwhile, in the ocean, released from his abyssal imprisonment, is the giant beast Jormungandr, the world serpent, who wiggles his massive continent-sized body a little and causes a massive flood all over the planet and pushes Narfa, the boat of the dead that was set to sail at sea until the end times come towards Valhalla or Vigridha. But of course, Army of the Dead or Narfa is not the only one heading towards the final battle. Up north in the land of the giant, Harden, king of the frost giant, marched his army of giants towards the final battle. And down south in Muspelheim, Surtur the flaming sword Jotun also does it in kind. Recognizing that the end is near, Heimdall, the all-knowing messenger, blow the Yara horn, the horn that signals the end, to prepare the Aesir for the final battle. The Aesir, both god and goddesses, come hands in hands in their final battle, say that goodbye and has a last-minute meeting for the preparation for the end. While Odin, the head god and the all-knowing father, cannot be seen in the meeting room at all. Odin is alone in his throne, talking to an old friend, the severed head of Mimir, the immortal counselor, who is able to give him some last-minute advice for the end battle. And this is it. The time is now. After the talk, Odin stormed out of his throne room and called every Aesir into battle position. He will lead as the vanguard against the enemy of the Nine Realm. He will be the one who charged headfirst into the enemy line, leading an army from Valhalla into the battle to end all battle. Odin takes charge on his steed, Sleipnir, who runs faster than his own shadows. And with Gungnir, the spear of destiny in hand, the gates of Valhalla opens, and the countless numbers of brave warriors who's been picked by the gods themselves descend upon the battlefield of Yggdrasil. Army of the Dead, the Frost Giant, and the entire population of Muspelheim is nothing against the might of Odin and his fellow Aesir. They tear through them like paper, but something strange happened up in the sky. The dark sky without moon, star, nor suns seemed to be moving closer and closer towards the battlefield of Yggdrasil. And as if the sky itself collapses, it's an ambush orchestrated by the giant wolf Fenrir itself. Fenrir has 3 hearts and he's coming back for revenge. He unhinged his massive gluttonous jaw and devoured an entire chunk of Asia army, including Odin and his horse whole. In one fell swoop, the father of gods is no more. Vidar, the second in command, and his son can only watch in horror as everything is happening. Now filled with rage, he charged the injured beast with his magical sword crafted by the dwarf and sliced Fenrir heads off. But there's no time for mourn nor celebration. There's an entire army for him to kill. Away from the battlefield of Igbovola into the ocean, another destined rival face off against each other to fulfill their own destiny. Rises from the abysses the world serpent Jormungand to face off against Thor, god of thunder. In the realm of complete darkness, where the sun and moon and the stars are snuffed out by the beast, the sound of thunder and the flashing light of lightning can be heard and seen throughout the nine realms. They were equally matched, but in the end, Thor came out victorious. His victory was short-lived. Thor was bitten by the giant world serpent, and the poison is enough to kill any gods in the realm. And 9 steps away from his arch-rival, Thor fall to the ground. Oh no, look at the time. We almost ran out of it. I guess I had to hurry this up. I believe that you get the idea, right? The entire pantheons of gods and goddesses and their servants fight off against the evil of the world, right? Like Malagama, the giant hellhound, versus, Tyr, the god of war. Freyr go up against Surtur, and Heimdall fight off against Loki, who just escaped while his underground prison, and such and such and such. They are equally matched, so they destroy each other in battle and destroy the world in the process. Meanwhile, Surtur, after his battle, he's up to no good. He's kind of busy. Well, he has some destiny to fulfill, right, of destroying the whole world. So he locates the world tree, stabs his flaming sword into the roots of the world tree, and everything is on fire and collapses into darkness. There's nothing left but chaos in space. Or is it? A very long time passes. The gods and goddesses who survived, went into hiding or exile, come back to the chaos-filled void they used to call home, and start rebuilding it from the ground up. From the moon, stars, and sun to replanting the world tree itself. And after everything is ready, they create new humans to repopulate the new realm. Thus, complete the cycle of Ragnarok. Which one of the gods survived Ragnarok to tell the tales of the old god and rebuild the world is a bit unclear, right? Because everything is a fragmented prophecy bestowed upon Odin. So I guess for now, everything is up to the viewers to decide what happened next. Does the world get completely destroyed and everything is dead and rebuild anew? Or everything just went on as usual? My bet is on, the world getting destroyed. But if I lost the bet, it's not the end of the world, right? Wait, it is. I'm sorry. And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. I hope that we can bring you an enjoyable evening, and we sincerely appreciate your patronage. But for now, drive home safely, and we'll see you next time. Good luck out there.